Welcome to the Sisterly Shove, a podcast designed to push you headfirst into the utterly unserious world of sports. Our goal is to make talking sports less intimidating, whether you're a rookie, a seasoned pro, or a boyfriend just trying to keep up. We're your hosts, Kass and Emma. Let's give it a shove. Emma, it's just laughing at you. You're just like smiling.
I was giggly. I'm in a happy, silly, goopy mood. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, that makes one of us. Sorry, I am happy to be here. I'm happy to be recording. You know me.
It's your weedy ass garden.
Oh, it is my weedy garden.
Yep.
But also happy we got the Milwaukee Brewers.
That's
We're gonna win the World Series. Playing tonight.
Put your bets in, people. You heard it here first.
So yeah, all good things besides my weedy ass secret gardens. But how are you? How is your week? I'm sure it was great.
My week was good. It's busy. Nothing can't handle. Looking forward to next month, though. I did just book my flight to come see you for Wicked Weekend.
What y'all know about Glinda?
Yeah.
What you know about my girl Alphaba?
Right, exactly. Oh, so excited. I'm just looking forward to that. Like, the City Girls are up a fucking billion right now.
No, yeah. Welcome back to Chicago. Chicago is so happy to have you.
Thank you.
And it also wants you to move here. And then we could record our podcast in person, but no pressure.
We're
working on it. Anyways, I say we just get into it this week
because
Lord knows we got a lot to cover. And we're going to start out with our secret gardens because I just need to get this out of the way. I do have to say that our secret gardens, well, my secret gardens are always fucking messy, but ours definitely got freaky this week. We had our first trade experience, didn't we, Emma?
Yeah, we sure did. And, not to be dramatic, but I fucking will be.
We're going to be.
I was, dare I say, groomed into a trade by my lovely co-host here and my dad. Okay, so let me just tell y'all a little story, right? Basically, I get this text from Kass last week that is like, you know what? Like, we should do a trade. And I was all for it. I was like, you know what? Send something my way. I'm open to anything. Like, my team's up a billion right now. So I was like, yeah, give me a little something. So the initial trade that I got sent by Kass was Xavier Worthy and Devon A-Chain for Derrick Henry. Now, if y'all have been listening the past month, Derrick Henry has been on not just mine, but also Kass's fucking shit list because bro is forgotten to play football. So immediately I'm scratching my head and I'm like, okay, Interesting. I don't know. So I told her I'd ponder. And I won't lie. You know what? A part of me was charmed. I don't think Derrick Henry is going to be stuck in the mud the entire season. But the last couple weeks really wasn't moving me.
Yeah. So, but I knew you would be charmed. I knew you would be charmed.
And
I knew you'd be tempted.
So I phoned a friend. I phoned our dad. And I was like, hey, Kass sent me this trade. What are your thoughts? Immediately he goes, personally, I would accept it. I mean, Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry. He's not going to be playing like this, all whatever. And then he was like, but what's your issue? And I was like, well, I mean, yeah, I'm fine. Xavier Worthy, fine. I don't care. He wasn't that big. But to me, it was Devon A-Chain. And I was like, I am not really up on giving up Devon A-Chain, who has been producing fairly well for me this season.
Okay, so let me just put this out here. If you would have given me Devon A-Chain, I would have been robbing you blind. I will admit to that, but I had to start big because
you did.
I knew that I didn't know, but I was hoping that you would have a brain and not immediately trade. I knew that I really wanted Xavier Worthy. I knew that your wide receiver depth was great, and you didn't actually need him. And guess who fucking needs him? Me. Because CeeDee Lamb is injured, okay?
Right.
So really the whole time I was going for Xavier Worthy, but also I'm like, Derrick Henry is Derrick Henry. He put up 30 points in week 1. So I'm like, I need a little bit more value than just Xavier Worthy for Derrick Henry. And of course, I'm losing a running back, so I need that running back depth if I'm going to be trading one away. So that was why I went with that. initially.
So thank
Go
God I
on.
didn't fall for like straight robbery. So my dad goes, well, like, what are your thoughts on Alvin Kamara? And I was like, personally, not really moved by him. He's been up and down. He's fine, like, whatever. And so I was like, well, I probably wouldn't even feel if I got Derrick Henry and I think he's going to get out of this little cold swing and I only have to give up Alvin Kamara and Xavier Worthy because Rashee Rice is coming back at some point. I was like, you know what? This could be like good for me. And he was hyping it up. He's like, yeah, that's much better. Then you can keep Devon. It'll be fine. So I sent the counter trade. Didn't even take 5 minutes. The trade was fucking accepted immediately. And then listen to fucking this. My dad goes, so I have to be honest. And I'm like, oop. He goes, Kass and I talked about this last week when she was home and I just texted her, you're getting your trade. You're welcome. Excuse me? So basically at the end of the day, my family colluded against me and I really don't know who to fucking trust. So
Okay, so first of all, David, you fucking traitor, because that was supposed to stay between us, okay? I would argue that both of us just used our resources, okay? Because I knew that you were going to go to David, and I went to David. He did give me the terms of the initial trade.
Yeah.
He is literally the mastermind, the puppet master behind all of this.
What a
because
fucking slut.
I call him, I'm like, Dave, I need to do something about my fucking team right now because literally I'm 0-4. I have not gotten one win. CeeDee Lamb is still going to be out. Like, I just need, and I'm like, I know that I need a wide receiver. Nobody good is on the waiver wire. Like, I think I need to make a trade, but I've never made one before. And I have no idea how to even approach such a thing. So he did help me. And he was like, go for Achane first, but like, then if she doesn't want to give him up, counter for Kamara. And I'm like, okay, perfect. So literally he's the puppet master between this whole fucking thing because then he's telling you, well, no, don't do Achane. Like, shut up, David.
Giving myself some credit, that was like the biggest thing for me. I was like, I don't want to give up Achane. That was like my biggest red flag. I was like, no. But he was a little fucking mouse in my ear and he was like, but you're getting Derrick Henry. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry has been averaging like 6 points the past 4 weeks. Like,
okay, so he did try to get you to.
He was trying to get me. Yeah, he was. And so I was like, no. But then he's like, yeah, I understand what you're saying. And then he, of course, like he really fucking schmoozed me because he's like, your wide receiver depth is so good. Like you drafted so fucking well. So I was fucking groomed. End of story.
Let's just say I am the new favorite daughter right now. I did just go home.
So fucking
I did just go home for 2 weeks and like gave them my company and my humor and my laughter and my grace. So like I am favorite daughter right now, and that was just clear in his actions. So I take it back, Dave. You're a real one. Like, yeah, that was craziness. But I do want to say it didn't fucking matter because guess what? I still didn't win. I still didn't win this week. So I am now officially 0-5 in the hashtag Need That Win League.
Yeah.
And may I remind you, I'm also the mommy commish of said league. Like, I really don't understand what's going on. And I can't even say it's all bad luck, but I think some of it is bad luck.
You know,
CeeDee Lamb is out, whatever. I don't know. I'm not even going to get into the semantics with you. I'm just going to say that I'm fucking embarrassed and I'm going to embarrass into the sport. And if this was real life, I would be fired immediately and probably never manage a football team ever fucking again. Honestly, I'm just a disgrace. I'm a disgrace.
I knew, folks. She's 4-1 in our other league. So, like, is she that down bad?
But let's be honest. That is the only thing that is keeping me from seeking a premature death right now. At least I have the 4-1 family league to live for.
Right.
Because like I have never lost this bad ever. Even years that I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I have never lost this bad. I saw like a post by ESPN last week that said literally only 6.8% of teams had 0 wins through week 4. And that number can only go down in week 5. Like,
so if anything, you're like,
I'm just feeling special.
Actually, you're a star.
Anything,
you're special.
I'm just fucking built different. I don't know.
You are.
And like, I want to know what % of those teams are actually trying because I feel like those teams are the ones that are like have no idea what's going on and just don't switch out their players during bye weeks and all that stuff. What percent of those teams are actually trying every week?
Right. I just think you have just a crazy streak of unluckiness, which is really tough. I'm sorry. Can I wait?
don't even
Going back,
know.
let me tell you to that trade too. The biggest concern for me that I didn't even fucking factor in was we were playing each other this week.
I was wondering if that was going to keep you from trading, but it didn't matter. I put up. Do you want to know what my point total is right now? I mean,
I
Xavier Worthy's
do.
playing right now. 69 points. That is literally it. I have
That's
69 points.
diabolical.
Do you want to know how many you have? Like 165.
Down.
I hate this fucking league. I'm so annoyed. And of course, like, I pick up Spencer Schrader, whoever the fuck. He was the kicker for the Colts because my kicker was on a bye. And of course, immediately he gets hurt. So he puts up 2 points for me.
Right.
Vikings defense, you fucking let me down. Everybody let me down.
At the end of the day, all we can take from this is men are just going to disappoint you. And, you know, what can we do about that? Truly.
I could do something about it, but it probably wouldn't be legal. So we're going to move on from that. Emma, who were your fantasy standouts this week?
Okay, so in the hashtag Need That Win League, this is going to, maybe you might want to cover your ears, but Dak Prescott kind of has a special place in my heart right now. And I know that's such an evil thing to say as a Packers fan, but he did put up Lamar Jackson numbers for me this week.
No, he really did.
Like, that was so good. While my QB1 King gets his rest and puts ice on that fucking hammy, like, Dak Prescott, I'm riding with you right now. Bald King stocks are up, so that's all I gotta say about that. And then in both leagues, Puka Nakua is still doing Pookie things, so he deserves some recognition. However, he just could not propel me to the win in the fantasy league. So as it stands, I am 4-1 in hashtag Need That Win League, and then 3-2 in the family league.
Boo fucking who? Go cry to somebody else about it. You know what did happen this week, though? Blatty Boy finally got a touchdown in week 5.
I know.
Spent high draft capital on that motherfucker, and he just now got his first touchdown. So I guess congratulations.
Congratulations. And guess who left him on the bench?
You benched him this week?
Sure fucking did. I knew I felt it in my soul.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't have helped me anyways that much.
I knew that was going to happen. So I left him in because...
Yeah. Smart move.
Yeah, because I was like, I just know as soon as I bench him, he's going to fucking do something. I do want to give special shout outs to my homeboys that make life worth living. Number one is going to be Javonte Williams.
Period.
Shout out Javonte. Shout out Stephon Diggs. Hell yeah. Revenge game. Love that from you. Shout out Colts defense. Shout out Josh Allen. Y'all literally kept me alive in so many ways. Thanks for putting up numbers and for getting me to a win this week because I desperately needed it. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
Nobody you want to fuck you to any of those players?
Yeah, I have many. My entire hashtag Need That Win team. Fuck you. I literally don't think there's one person on that team that I could be like, amazing, you did good this week. I don't think there was one player on my team that was over 17 points. So that's cool. Drake May, I gave you a chance. I took you off the bench because I was like, this is going to be a high scoring game. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a high scoring game. Congratulations on your win, Pookie. But like, you literally scored 12. Zach Ertz with Baby Gorgeous back and you didn't catch not one. I don't know who to be more mad at, Zach Ertz or Baby Gorgeous. Baby Gorgeous, you low-key betrayed me.
He did, and that was so fucking rude.
0 points.
0.
Goose egg from Zach Ertz. And I benched TJ Hawkinson because everybody was like, TJ Hawkinson is going to do so bad this week. And I was like, okay, great. I'll put in Zach Ertz. Baby Gorgeous is back.
Right. I thought I was watching. I was like, he must have got hurt. Not even a no teeth.
No.
He was just running around out there smelling the grass. I don't know what else to say.
Picking dandelions. I don't know what he was doing, but it wasn't playing football. This happens every week. Like, literally, my heart rate is elevated. I must stop talking about this because
let's move on.
Mad all over again. Let's move on. It's time for Down Diva. We do have one player who is injured this week that we're going to talk about, but also I feel like there weren't a whole lot of injuries.
Which we do love.
Which we love because, like, if there are any more, like, I don't even think there's going to be bitches left out here. So this Down Diva is not so much physically down, but definitely down in spirit.
Speak on it.
And in my heart. So
yep.
That Down Diva is Justin Herbert. Baby girl. baby girl, lost for the second week in a row, and he's just making this offense look fucking bad. Baby
Yeah.
girl's offensive line is a little bit beat up. You can just tell he's really uncomfortable in the pocket. He was sacked 4 times, and he threw an interception again. He threw 2 interceptions against the Giants, and then he threw an interception in this game. It even got to the point where his bestie, Coach Jim Harbaugh, did in fact bench him for the backup QB during garbage time when it was clear they weren't going to win the game because Herbie was not improving. So, yikes, Herbie. I bet you're a little down in the dumps. And that is low-key fucking embarrassing because I did see your new GF, your new hot GF, who is low-key out of your league, did come to your game.
Yeah.
So, wow, you gotta be feeling some type of way right now.
Yeah.
I know he's devastated. An 11 out of 10 on the devastation grade for himself, I'm sure. Where does this land on your devastation grade?
So, am I devastated for myself personally? No. I think this is a 4.5 because, like, I think we both so badly want Justin Herbert to be successful and show us that he can be taken seriously.
But he's almost, like, proving us right.
Right.
In this sense, so, because we have been coming for him low-key.
Right. Like, loving that for us. But it's just like when he plays the games like the one against Washington, I'm just reminded exactly like what you said, why we are continuing to stay on his neck. I mean, I like want to say he really isn't anything special. Like, I thought those first 2 weeks he had me enchanted for a minute, but like, I'm so sorry, baby girl. Pull it together and maybe I'll change my mind on you. But as of right now.
Well, and this is what all of the, like, talking heads do, right? They're like, Justin Herbert, but his numbers are so good and he's so talented. But I'm like, really? Because I watch games like this and I think about the fact that he's never won a playoff game and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
So, like, sometimes you just gotta take it for what it is, y'all.
Like, dare I just say he's just a wealthier Caleb Williams? I don't know. I'm kind of feeling that way.
Wow. I'm not really seeing the comparison in terms of, like, playing style to Caleb Williams, but, like, I know what you're saying.
I'm just watching him be holding on to the ball, dancing around too much, and just then, like, cracking under pressure and throwing interceptions at, like, crucial times. I don't know.
I can see that. Okay. I see your logic. Way to bring it around.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm personally not devastated about this at all. In fact, you're proving me right, baby girl. So keep on doing what you're doing.
Exactly. So, moving on. The other down diva I think we should highlight is Omarion Hampton, the rookie running back for the Chargers, who this morning was just placed on the injury reserve with an ankle injury, right? Essentially, he's going to be missing 4 games, y'all, at least. I think this injury is going to hurt the Chargers way more as Najee Harris is out for the season. So, like, honestly, maybe the whole LA Chargers
the whole franchise is the down diva of the week.
Kass on a scale of 1 to 10. How devastated are you?
Not devastated. I've honestly been praying on the Chargers' downfall this entire time.
Right.
It's just, I have to speak my truth and I have to live my truth. They are fakers. You know what? You know how I hate the Cardinals because they're frauds? I also hate the Chargers because they're frauds. I feel like their defense always fails them out when they do win. Their offense, the first 2 weeks was looking fine. And then now all of a sudden it's back to last season's numbers. And I'm not moved by that. In fact, I'm bored to tears.
If anything, we just want you to throw the ball to Lad more.
That's true. I'm also hurt that you won't throw the ball to Lad. I mean, it is kind of sad for Omarion Hampton. Like, I do have some empathy. I'm not a complete raging bitch. Omarion Hampton just had his, like, breakout game. He just exceeded 100 yards for the first time in week 4 and, you know, caught a bunch of passes and he was looking really good. I mean, I don't have him in fantasy, so probably better for me in the long run if he's not there. But we'll see who's next to take his place. So not necessarily devastated, but yeah, the Chargers are definitely our down divas of the week. The whole establishment, the whole franchise. So praying for y'all.
T's and P's, as Kass would love to say. Okay, shall we move on to our week 5 standout games?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Kass, which one are you going to highlight for us first?
Okay, so my first standout game of week 5 is going to be the London game, the international game, Vikings at Browns. Vikings won 21-17. If y'all remember, I did pick the Browns to win this game, and my pick was looking pretty good for
literally
most
until
of
the last 3 minutes.
Yup. I was like, I was low-key sitting here smug as hell. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I bet you were.
Obviously until the end when I lost, but this is one I'm not regretting at all.
Yep.
This was also Dylan Gabriel's first NFL start. I thought he did pretty
Yeah,
good.
he
I'm like,
didn't.
okay. Y'all might have a little something going for you here. He threw for 2 touchdowns and stayed in the game. Like, obviously, they were neck and neck up until the
Right.
last couple of minutes. And I think Minnesota's defense is pretty tricky. So to
Yeah.
play your first game and be able to, walk in step with them, I was like, okay, Dylan. Okay,
Yep.
Dylan, I'll see you. I think if he keeps playing like that, sorry, but we aren't going to see Shador at all.
I know.
Sorry about
A girl
that.
can dream.
Honestly, I wanna see it too just for the drama and the tea, but,
Just to
like,
see.
I would never prey on my man Dylan's downfall
No.
either. On the other hand, with Minnesota, they continue to pull this shit off year after year
Yep.
where they just keep winning no matter who the fucking quarterback is. Like, seriously, do you worship Satan? What sort of magic, what sort of
Right.
trickery is going on here
But
that you guys are just successful no matter who the fuck is
right.
there?
But
It's
their devil
astounding to me.
magic is only like regular season devil magic. It
Well, yeah.
seems to run dry.
As a Packers fan, it's enough to, like, make me sweat
Yeah,
for
I agree.
18 weeks out of the year.
Right.
So, can you stop?
We're asking so nice.
And that's the most you're gonna get from me, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Okay. So the next game that we have was the Broncos at the Eagles. The Eagles' first loss of the season. So watching this game.
Snaps.
Yeah. Good for y'all, Broncos. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
To me, vibes are down in Philly, y'all. Like, give that Eagles fan in your life a kiss. For one, I will start and I will give the Broncos defense their flowers. They are leading the NFL in sacks with 21. The next best team has 16. So I think they certainly showed out and fueled that comeback win. I mean, Bo Nix also decided to wake up in the second half. So, like, if you can play a whole game, I mean, you might have something a little bit there. I do think it was the Denver defense that really got the job done. Flipping to the Eagles, the body language of A.J. Brown specifically, to me, did not read great.
Pissed.
I thought Jalen Hurts did a much better job throwing the ball this week rather than just running plays through Saquon. But not only did A.J. Brown give up on running a play to try and catch the ball. Like, quite literally, he was running, he sees the ball, but then he, like, stops short and doesn't, like, okay, you're finally getting a ball to you. Hello, let's do something about that.
So, like, you're pouting because it's not getting thrown to you, and then you're not trying when it is thrown to you.
Reports came out that him and Devonta Smith are very frustrated with their roles, their lack of getting touches and whatever. But was bro so frustrated that he tried to steal Devonta's game-winning touchdown catch attempt that low-key lost them the game? I mean,
Oh my
I don't
God,
know.
wait, I did not see this.
Oh my gosh, I will send you the clip. Yeah, he it's right in Devonta's hand. A.J. Brown jumps in front of him, loses the ball. Yeah.
No fucking way. Friendly fire.
Hundo P. Friendly fucking fire. Like, so I understand the frustration. I do. I mean, you want to be able to do your job, but y'all literally won a ring last year. I just think, like, if you're sticking to what you're knowing and that's working for you and is winning games, just trust that your quarterback knows what you're doing. You literally, like, don't you want to compete for another one?
You got some hardware on your finger / sitting in a box in your closet.
Right.
Shut up about it. Like, literally, it's clearly winning you games. You were undefeated up until this point. So, like, yeah, I don't.
And you lose
sorry,
to the
AJ Brown.
Broncos.
AJ Brown. I really don't feel bad for you, like,
I
at
don't either.
all.
Get you your Kindle on the sideline, girl.
Yeah,
Like,
invest in a Kindle next time, for real. And I would agree with you on the Bo Nix thing.
No.
He's very inconsistent this year too. So I was slightly surprised that the Broncos upset them, but at the same time, I kind of figured it might only be a matter of time because the Eagles, as much as, like, they find ways to win games, they're also not really moving me. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, I really want to watch an Eagles game because I'm kind of low-key bored.
I'm so bored. No, I didn't even watch. I just tuned in for this, like, last 12 or so minutes.
So if you're wondering what my game day setup is, I am currently in grad school, so I am usually doing my homework, but I have my big ass TV that has multi-view, has 4 games on it, and then I have my computer set up next to my desktop where I'm doing my homework. and I have more games if necessary if it's the noon slate. And then red zone is on one of those screens. So then red zone, usually that volume is playing so that I know who's scoring
what's going on.
whatever. So like I have all of them. I can tune in to whatever I want at any time.
Right.
If that makes sense.
She's serious, y'all. She is serious.
I'm fucking serious. Well, and that's why I'm like, the Eagles don't move me because y'all only put up, what did you put up, 17 points?
17, I think, yeah.
So Lord knows y'all weren't on red zone. So was I paying attention to your game?
Period.
No, not until the last 2 minutes when you guys lost. So
right. Can we talk about a game that I think if you didn't pay attention to,
no, I was tuned in for this one. No, I was tuned in for this one.
Let's talk about the Titans at the Cardinals, and what a crazy turn of events.
I was making fun of you for picking the Titans last week. I'm not going to lie to you.
Let me tell you, I was 3 for 3 on Silly Goose picks this week, so we're keeping it fucking rolling.
You really were.
You want to say how you were tickled pink with the Browns almost winning. I was fucking boiling inside when not only did I watch the Saints win, did I watch Carolina win, and then by the grace of God herself, the Tennessee Titans beat the Arizona Cardinals. I was up. Oh, I don't even know how to begin talking about this game. Throughout the first 3.5 quarters, this was the Cardinals game to fucking win. I mean, they were quite literally leading 21-6 in the fourth. Then some freaky deaky ass shit. The Etsy witch was doing her job. They've fumbled the ball crossing the goal line, which would have essentially put them up 28-6. And then it was Cam Ward's welcome to the league moment. He threw at the most crucial time of the game. Cam Ward made an insane play, then threw an interception, but turned into a fumble, which turned into a touchdown, and then essentially sealed the game for them. I have never witnessed anything like that before, and I do believe it is time that we start having the hard conversations about Kyler Murray. I just don't think he's Arizona's guy.
Girl, I've been having this conversation, and no one wants to fucking listen to me.
I'm here now, and I'm with you.
This is the most inconsistent team ever. And what made it so much worse this week was that I got a little busy. Okay, I forgot to submit a lock before the noon games. I was going between locking the Cardinals and locking the Bills, neither of which would have worked out for me. So I am glad that I had to be the Cardinals because, like, fuck them anyways.
Right.
But so I literally locked them, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
For all 3 quarters, I'm like, by the grace of God, somehow the Cardinals are not going to shit the bed.
Then
they shit the fucking bed. I was watching the screen, and I was like, are you guys actively trying to lose? Like,
dead ass.
Genuinely. Like, are you trying to lose this game? Because that's what it fucking looks like. What an embarrassment.
So bad.
The development of this game literally needs to be studied because, well, that was the craziest loss I've ever seen.
Same.
All right. Well, that's it for our standout games. Only 3 this week because it wasn't a big slate. But let's just go through the rest of the week 5 games, give some rapid fire reactions for you. I want to start with you. 49ers at Rams. 49ers won 26-23.
It was a good game. There was so much red in that stadium, though. You would have thought it was a 49ers home game. Rams fans, I'm looking at you and I say this, you should be goddamn ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah.
That's all
I feel like I didn't know this, but we had bitches in our comments. And by bitches, I mean very nice people.
Bitches with love.
Bitches non-derogatory, saying that the 49ers own the Rams. And for some reason, I feel like I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. But then once I saw that freaking parting of the Red Sea in that stadium, I hear you now. I hear you and I see
Proven
you.
Right. So. Proven right.
Okay, Kass, the Raiders at the Colts, with the Colts winning 40-6.
Geno Smith is such an embarrassment, and I've been on this train. Like, you know I'm gonna fucking say that, but he has literally thrown a pick in 4 out of the 5 games this season, and by a pick, there are multiple games where he threw multiple picks. Yeah. So there's a reason that I picked up the Colts defense this week, and thank God I did because it paid off.
It sure did.
I know this is one of your silly goose picks. Giants at Saints. Saints won 26-14.
The Saints fucking won a game. That's all I have to say. You did your work for me. Probably won't ever pick you again, but I thank you. XOXO, hugs and kisses.
Looks like the Saints are not going 0-17 this year. Cool.
Yeah, no.
Good to know. Cowboys at Jets with the Cowboys winning 37-22.
Dak Prescott is a very good quarterback. That's it for me.
Yeah, and Justin Fields is a bad one. So
period.
Whatever. What the fuck ever.
What about the Dolphins at the Panthers, with the Panthers winning 27-24?
Literally, Tua could not win a close game to save his life. Like, you can just count on him to ruin a game-winning drive in some way, shape, or form. Whether that's throwing in an interception or getting sacked for a loss so that you can't kick a field goal. Like whatever it is, Tua is going to ruin it for you.
It's a fucking humiliation ritual for him, and I'm over that team. Like, have been, don't care about them at all.
Until you get rid of Tua, I don't even want to fucking watch, y'all. All right, Texans at Ravens, with the Texans winning 44-10. Right.
Houston Texans found some offense at a very crucial time in their season. It might be fun to watch the Texans again, y'all. I don't know.
And thank God for it. Honestly, because I was getting scared. As much as I like low-key, we've been talking shit about CJ Stroud. I liked CJ Stroud, but also the Ravens defense is just straight up garbage. So like, how much of this is just because they were playing a bad defense? I don't know. But Derrick Henry got a touchdown, Emma.
Yes, still
there you go.
Not even double fucking digit
Literally
points,
9
but
points. Whatever. Buccaneers at Seahawks 38-35.
Cinema. Baker
So
and
good.
Sam went band for band, and the better quarterback, I will say, came out on top. Perhaps if Mr. Darnold didn't throw an interception at the most crucial time of the game, I would have differing opinions, but here we are.
I would never have a differing opinion. Baker stands rise. The Bucs are so good, actually. Like, low-key, I love them. I don't know what it is about Mr. Baker, but I am charmed.
She's fucking enchanted, y'all.
This was the game of the week, in my opinion. Best game that I watched.
Yep.
Lions at Bengals. Lions won 37-24. Right.
Yeah, the Bengals learned how to score a touchdown again.
But unfortunately, your season is over. Bengals season
you suck.
Over for sure.
Yeah.
Which we all knew, but like, now it's just confirmed.
Right.
Commanders at Chargers, with Commanders winning 27-10.
All those folks who had the Chargers as a Super Bowl contender, you're staying real quiet, and we're noticing. This team is actually so sad.
Hearing silence.
Welcome back, baby gorgeous.
Baby gorgeous. Yay. Hi, honey. Nice to see you again. Please stay healthy. Patriots at Bills 23-20. Patriots. Okay.
Incredible game. Think when Drake May, I mean, obviously he's still a young guy starting his first year, but when he can figure out how to play like full, complete games, he is going to be a very special quarterback in this league. I have high hopes for Drake May.
I just genuinely love when I'm proven right. So great game for me, honestly. Even though I did pick the Bills, but like, you know that I'm a Patriots stan this year. And then right now the Chiefs-Jaguars game is going on.
I'm hoping that the Chiefs are on top. I chose them to win.
Chiefs are winning 7-0. Let's move on to the Pick Me segment, where all the teams are giving Pick Me energy. We've talked a little bit about what happened in week 5. Emma, your silly goose picks really came through, like, in a very surprising way. Like, I couldn't have wrote it better myself. Genuinely, good for you.
Thank you.
So you got 8 right. So
Still
far.
only got 8 right, but whatever.
Well, there weren't as many games.
That's right.
It was a weird fucking week.
It was.
I, on the other hand, I only had 5 right.
Ooh, if you're
Did you get your lock this week?
I did. I locked the Lions.
Hell yeah. Okay, amazing. So, maybe you'll win this week.
I fucking hope
like, win the pot this week.
Oh, I hope so.
On the other hand, I only had 5 right.
Oof. I've been there, girl.
Yeah.
I've been there.
I only had 5 right picks, and of course didn't get my lock. But to be honest, I'm not even really sweating it, because in the actual league thing where the money is involved and such, we each get a bye week where your worst week is dropped. So like, it's okay that this week really, really sucked. And now that I had that really bad week, like, I can just smell a rebound week on the horizon. Like, I just know I'm going to get so many right this week. I really feel it. When I was doing my picks here, I didn't really have a hard time picking who to win. I kind of took that as like a good sign.
Yeah, I love that.
Let's just get into it, because I'm like so excited to talk about them.
Okay, so for Thursday Night Football, we have the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Giants, with the Eagles being favored by 7.5. I'm taking the Eagles. They got upset by Denver last week. I just don't see them losing to this team. So sorry, Jackson, with an X.
I think Jackson Dart is still figuring shit out. So with the Eagles losing last week, for sure, they'll probably win this week. I will say this is a divisional game, so it might be closer than the 7.5 point spread. Let's move on to the international game this week. The Denver Broncos at the New York Giants, with the Broncos being favored by 7.5. I'm going to go Broncos here. The Jets are not doing it for me. They never really have. They never really will. Yeah. Also, as I said earlier, Bo Nix, you're not really moving me. No. So I'm going to need you to play a complete game here.
Yep.
I would love to somehow be entertained by any of the games y'all play, because it is kind of miraculous that I do have fantasy players on your team and I barely watch this team play.
She's keeping it real.
Your assignment this week is to show the fuck up and entertain me. Otherwise, what am I paying you for?
I am also taking the Broncos. Their defense just moves me, and I just don't think the Jets are going to be able to get by them quite easily. All right, next game we have the Arizona Cardinals at the Indianapolis Colts, with the Colts being favored by 6.5. Yeah, I mean, it's Indiana for me. I mean, who would have thought I would have had the Colts starting 5-1 this season? But here we are.
Here we are. I mean, Cardinals are the biggest frauds in the game. Danny Dimes and Johnny T are literally modern day heroes for the city of Indianapolis. Yeah. I'm going to be taking Indy for sure.
I agree.
LA Chargers at Miami Dolphins, with the Chargers being favored by 4.5. Baby girl Herbie. I'm really not liking the way you're looking. The form y'all are showing up in is embarrassing. It's embarrassing to behold. However, I would hope y'all could get it together to stop Mr. CTE. Yeah. Put together a game. I'm sure you can win. I'm going to pick you one more time. Don't make me regret it.
I don't like either of these teams. This pick was hard for me. I'm not going to lie. I think as of now, I am also taking the Chargers. But I have been having second thoughts. I just wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins somehow figure it out here. Darren Waller kind of played lights out last week. So we'll see. I might change it. But as of now, Chargers. Next game we have the New England Patriots at the New Orleans Saints, with the Patriots being favored by 3.5. Patriots, I just can't be that silly where I have New Orleans winning 2 games in a row. So I'm rolling with Drake May.
Yep, I hear you. I actually have this theory that teams who are going to have a very bad losing season, season, statistically unlikely that they're gonna win 2 games in a row. I'm sure it's happened before. So I'm gonna try and prove my theory this week. So no fucking way am I taking the New Orleans Saints. I will be taking the Patriots. Yeah. Next we have the Cleveland Browns at the Pittsburgh Steelers, with the Steelers being favored by 4.5. Low-key, I am turning into a Browns apologist.
You are. It's actually fucking crazy.
Well, the Browns just sneakily have one of the best defenses in football.
They're so good.
So that definitely keeps them in games, and Dylan Gabriel didn't play that bad. However, I do think the Steelers get it done. In a close game like this, I would trust a veteran quarterback more than I trust a rookie to lead them through a game-winning drive. So, Steelers.
I agree here. Pittsburgh's also coming off a bye week, so they're pretty well rested. So if they don't win Aaron Rodgers, I will be finding an Etsy witch. And better watch your fucking back.
That's a good point with the bye.
Yeah. So next game, we have the Dallas Cowboys at the Carolina Panthers, with the Cowboys only being favored by 3.5. It's giddy up Cowboys for me. Bryce Young did exactly what I needed to last week, and now you can get back to your true form. Kisses.
Yeah, honestly, that is so disrespectful for them to only be favored by 3.5. And it's actually kind of hilarious to me.
It is.
I think you know what I'm going to pick, even though I hate the Cowboys. My theory is that bad teams cannot win 2 weeks in a row. So Panthers, no fucking way you're winning this week.
No way.
Give me the Cowboys. Seattle Seahawks at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Right now, the Jaguars are favored by 1.5. We'll see how that changes throughout the week after this game. Low-key love how the Seahawks look this year. I was suspicious when they literally gave up their quarterback and pretty much all of their pass catchers. I was like, so what you trying to do? What y'all trying to do? Best thing they ever did. That's what they're trying to do. The Seahawks looking good. And you know that I am just not on the side of Jacksonville ever.
At all.
So I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Agreeing with you, girl. 10 toes down. Their defense is looking pretty damn good, and give me Sam Darnold over Mr. Fuck-ass Bob any day. So,
and that low key is a crazy statement. If someone would have said that to you someone would have said that 4 years ago, that would have been the wildest statement ever. Yeah. But Right now, you're making all the sense, baby.
Thank you. Okay, next game, we have the Los Angeles Rams at the Baltimore Ravens, with the Rams being favored by 7.5. Yeah, you guys, this is a really sad day for me.
Yeah.
I am off
Yeah.
of Baltimore as of now. This team
The
isn't
Ravens
shit.
truther.
Yeah, I
The
know. This
Ravens
team
truther
isn't
is off of Baltimore.
fucking shit without Lamar, and I know they're beat up, like their defense, whatever. Give me the Rams.
Confidently taking the Rams here.
Yep.
Lamar is supposed to be out for another 2 weeks, and their defense is so fucking bad. And
Right.
if their defense was like good enough to keep them in games, I'd be like,
Yeah.
maybe Cooper Rush could pull something out. Maybe D Hen could pull something out. But like
Right.
their defense is playing so bad that their offense needs to be lights out every fucking time. And that just won't happen. So
And without Lamar, it's not
Rams,
happening. Right.
exactly. Even with Lamar, like shit would be dicey. So give me the Rams comfortably. Next game, we have Tennessee Titans at the Las Vegas Raiders, with the Raiders being favored by 4.5. Us versus us. A lose off right here, if you will. As crazy as it is. And as much as I just shit talked Geno Smith earlier, I think I'm actually going to take the Raiders to win here. I'm again testing my 2-win theory.
Right.
So Titans won last week. They can't win again this week. Also, Max Crosby.
Yeah, period.
So, that's
Ooh,
period.
I forgot about Max Crosby.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, what I have wrote down is I was going to take the Titans.
I think you live your truth, and I'm not trying to sway you every which way or the other, just because my points make sense.
And fucking Cam Ward is so skinny. I don't know.
Okay, skinny.
Yeah, I'm just scared for him. But I have the Titans wrote down per nap, so I'll stand on it. I'll take the Titans, I guess. Next game, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Green Bay Packers, with the Packers being favored by 14.5. Taking the Packers. Even though the Bengals finally figured out how to score, that offense still looks a damn mess.
The Packers better fucking win. That's all that I mean, that's not all I have to say, because I'm going to say more. But bottom line, TLDR, the Packers better fucking win, lest I do something I may regret. I don't know what I'm going to do if they lose, but something unhinged.
Yeah.
If you can't beat one of the worst defenses in the NFL, I will officially lose all hope. Not to crash out on y'all right now. I don't think it'll happen, but I just had to put that threat out there.
Yep.
Because, like, I can't live like this every week.
No,
I really can't. So please give me something to believe in again. All right. San Francisco 49ers at Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with the Buccaneers being favored by 2.5. You already know who I'm going to pick. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Baker Mayfield, and I don't know what it is. Even without Mike Evans, like, this offense is elite. They consistently put up points if you look back at their games, and you can never count them out. They have had the ability to make those game-winning drives work. So give me the Buccaneers.
The way the Bucs did just beat the Seahawks moved me. So give me Tampa Bay. I'm back on the Baker believer hype train, y'all. So
welcome, babe. We missed you last week. We missed you.
I know. I should have never gotten off, dare I say, but all right.
I wasn't going to say it, but
I know, I had to. The last Sunday night football game, we have the Detroit Lions at the Kansas City Chiefs, with the Chiefs being favored by 1.5. Okay, I am going to go with the team I hate more here, unfortunately, which is Kansas City. I do have to kind of see how they play tonight, but something is telling me that if a team are going to hand Detroit their second loss, it would be the Chiefs at home, and I'm really emphasizing the at-home part. I don't know. I think playing an Arrowhead is tough.
Like, I agree with you on all sorts of fronts, but I do think this is just going to end up being a close game. Something just told me to pick the Lions here. This is the only time that I will say that I hope they kick fast. Just because,
honestly, and I would love to see that as well.
Just because I want the Chiefs to be knocked down a peg and, dare I say, not be in the playoffs this year. A girl can dream.
We can, and that would be just an amazing sight.
That would be beautiful to me.
It would.
All right, and then we actually have 2 Monday Night Football games this week. So the first one is the Buffalo Bills at the Atlanta Falcons, with the Buffalo Bills only being favored by 3.5. Behind the Cardinals, in my opinion. I think that the Falcons are the epitome of inconsistent. And the Bills just lost this week, so, like, really don't think they lose 2 weeks in a row to bad teams. So give me the Bills.
I'm agreeing with you all the way, taking the Bills. I don't have anything else to add on that, really. The last Monday Night Football game, we have the Chicago Bears at the Washington Commanders, with the Commanders favored by 4.5. I am back to being a ride or die now that my baby gorgeous QB1 is back. So Washington.
Yes, I would agree. Hello, baby gorgeous. We missed you so.
We did.
It's really good to see them back in full form. And
yes,
please, dear God, knock down the Bears because people are getting a little too cocky out here in my street.
And it's like, yeah, no.
in my neighborhood, the neighborhood of Chicago. Please just knock them down a peg.
Yeah.
So that I don't have to hear about it anymore.
And I pray that happens as well. Okay. But that's it for our, what was this, week 6 picks, y'all?
Before we move on to basketball, I just want to say, everybody, if you could Venmo me 50 cents, $1, $10, $200 so that I can pay an Etsy witch so that I can win one game in our hashtag need that win league, I would really appreciate that.
We'll link the Venmo down below.
And if you can't send me monetary value, you can send me teas and peace.
Right.
And all
Many
the
a good vibe. Yeah.
Let's keep track of how long I can go fucking winless in this league.
Literally, and a fucking woman does not deserve to do the punishment. Like, I'm so sick about that.
And I'm like, and I am so scared. Who's winning in the league right now? Oh, it's you.
Girl, me.
Wait, I think second place chooses the
We did not decide that. We did not decide that.
I think we decided that.
And I think second place
guess
is
what? Second place is going to be a man. I'm going to have to be punished at the hands of a man. That's illegal. That's illegal.
It's illegal. Like, what?
That is not feminist.
Fucking all.
I'm actually rooting for Taylor because I'm not rooting for you to go down a peg. You need to still win the league, and you're in a comfortable first place right now. So
right. No, that's what I'm saying. Taylor's.
I need Taylor to start getting her shit together. Like, hopefully Sydney too. I'm not counting out Sydney this early, but like one of them needs to get second place lest I lose my shit. I need a girly pop to hand me out a punishment because then I'll say thank you.
Right.
But if a man hands me a punishment, I'm sick. I'm fucking sick. Anyways, I just needed to give that last shout out and that last pleading note.
And Kass, T's and P's, y'all. Money more specifically. We have to find that good Etsy witch.
I will also take an Hermes bag. But up to y'all.
Honestly, let's get creative here, actually. Like,
I'm not being picky. I'm not gonna be picky here.
No.
Everything helps.
Right.
God.
Let's fucking end this episode with the divisional drum. We are back this week, and as mentioned last week, we're going to talk about 2 divisions in the NBA and all the drama that comes along with the players and the team. This week, I chose the Pacific Division in the Western Conference. This is mainly teams stemming out of California. Many of these teams are highly competitive and are constantly fighting for a playoff spot. And going in the complete opposite direction in the East, I chose a Southeast Division where the best team found themselves in the 7th seed last year. However, I do think that the Southeast Division will be much more competitive as many a trade and injury happen. Kass, preference. Which one would you like to start with?
You know me, I do like to start with the losers first so I can end on a bang. And also, now I'm intrigued and enchanted with the fact that you're like, but they might be better this year. Is this where I find my sleeper team? Is this where I find the team that I might root for?
I think you will,
because this is the Eastern Conference and the Bucks are in the Eastern Conference though, right?
Yes, I saved the Bucks for the last episode for you because I am an angel. And
thank you so much for that. I knew you. Yes, I knew you'd look out for me. And my whole thing when I'm listening to this divisional drama is I'm like, okay, who is going to be what's going to be my secondary team that I want to follow?
Yep.
And all of them so far have been in the Eastern Conference. So
I love that. Like, I am such a Western Conference truther. I think it would be fun to have an Eastern Conference truther.
I know, but my Eastern Conference truth is I want the Bucks to win.
And that's fine.
My secondary team needs to be in the other.
In the West. Okay. I would hope to God.
Do you see my logic there?
Yeah. I would hope to God you wouldn't choose any of these teams that I chose for you today because many of these ones are annoying to me.
You were kind of hyping them up though.
Yeah.
The Western Conference. In the Western Conference.
In the West. These teams in the West, like they're it's all the LA teams, like the Phoenix Suns, who I have beef with.
No, that's too basic. That's too mainstream.
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying. So
I
think I think you'll find your team next up. Your next sleeper team.
Okay. Anyway, so let's start with the Eastern Conference.
So in the Southeast Division, we have the Orlando Magic, who finished exactly at 500 last year with 41-41. They were the 7th seed. We have the Atlanta Hawks. They finished 40-42. They were the 8th seed. The Miami Heat, they were 37-45, and they were the 10th seed. The Charlotte Hornets, 19-63. They were the 14th seed. And the bottom of the barrel, Washington Wizards, worst team in the league with 18-64. They finished 15th in the East.
That is
So
so hashtag embarrassing.
and it's just like you listen to those records and then you listen to the ones compared to the West. And that's where I kind of am like, you can kind of see how the West is like a little bit more competitive and just better. So, all right. Starting with the Orlando Magic, my first hot take of the season, y'all. This is a sleepy contender for me. So yeah, I think depending on how matchups fall this postseason, would not be surprised if the Magic make a significant playoff push. They are led by Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner. Last season, the
Okay,
Magic.
Wagner.
Yeah, very German. Also, his brother's
Very
on the team.
German.
Yeah, he's got a brother on the team too, so like German as hell. The Magic season last year was full of ups and downs. They were ridden by the injury bug heavy. But one thing that was very consistent with them was their defense. It was unworldly. They like to kind of play on the string, meaning that they're kind of all aware where the ball is and they know exactly where to move to like add help or to take like relieve pressure. They are such a good defensive team and they were always giving teams trouble. However, where they kind of fell flat was their lack of shooting. So even though their defense was lights out, they weren't able to beat teams because their offense was just so non-existent. And in this sport, like having a better offense is a much better priority. Like if you're going to win, you still want to have like a top or a top 10 defense, but like
of course,
having the offense is really where you're going to kind of like get the job done. So they were pretty fucking good last year, even though they were like hurt a lot and they weren't that great of a shooting team. They did end up losing to the Celtics in 5 games in the postseason, but when their season ended, they immediately got to work. They traded for Desmond Bane, a sharpshooter from the Memphis Grizzlies. And I'm being so honest, I believe that this single move could put them in contention talks. Now, I'm not a huge advocate for Desmond Bane, but like so far from all like what I've heard, they're coming back healthy. So not only will they have him, they'll have Jalen Suggs coming back. They have Anthony Black, who's getting better. I just think that this team people are going to sleep on because they were so like not that great last year, but just adding a single piece that can like shoot the 3 ball for them, I would not be surprised if we see them wreaking havoc on y'all's favorite teams. So that is my hot take, my first hot take, I should say, of this ep. Orlando Magic sneaky contenders. So
sometimes all you need is that one little piece, right?
Right.
Like
right.
doesn't
exactly.
need to be anything crazy.
Yep.
Doesn't need to be like some superstar, but if that's gonna make your team more complete,
Yep.
Good for you.
And that's how I see it. So that's the Orlando Magic. Next, we have the Atlanta Hawks. So this is another team that I can see being a problem for others in the East. So this team is led by Trae Young, which you probably know. He has thinning hair, short king. You
Do
probably
I know who that is?
You might.
I'm gonna just sit here and Google all these people while you spill the truth.
So
I know.
Right.
I know who this is. I know who this ugly motherfucker is. Sorry.
Led by Trae Young, Jalen Johnson, and a defensive menace in Dyson Daniels, this team made a lot of moves this offseason to beef up their defense. Atlanta has always kind of been like a lights out shooting team with Trae Young specifically. Like he is one that can kind of pull the trigger from anywhere on the court and lace that fucking ball. It's kind of sickening. Mr. Young is 6'1". And so he's like a short king string bean in the NBA, and he does not play defense that well. But with acquisitions such as Nickeil Alexander-Walker and even like Kristaps Porzingis, the Hawks are to me looking like a potential threat out east. And one thing I do find really beautiful about this team is Trae Young's reluctance to embrace the villain role. Like he is unafraid to go into big arenas and upset those fans' seasons. He's done it to the New York Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers, and he just won't let them forget it in a sense that anytime he plays a game there, he's going to drop 40 on their head. So
Period.
I think this team will be a top 6 team in the East. I'm unsure. Like, I'm not really moved on them winning a playoff series, matchup depending. But I most certainly will be watching a lot of Atlanta Hawks basketball this year because I think they are going to be fun. They made a lot of moves. Their offseason
I
moves
love
to me were an
that.
A. So
I
that's
love that.
that.
Okay, not to be late to the party, I am literally looking up all these because I want to be able to recognize these people. Like, you're
Right.
spitting out names, and I'm like,
Yep.
okay, so what do these bitches look like?
Yep.
Low-key, Franz?
Yeah.
Franz is looking right.
Yeah,
Franz is looking right.
Franz don't look bad. He got a face card.
I don't know if it's just this one picture. It's like the first picture that you see when you look him up.
Yeah.
Why he looking at me like that? Why he looking at me like that?
Tall, dark, and handsome. I mean,
I'm literally blushing. What's her brother look like? Just curious.
Oh, I think Franz is more handsome. Mo Wagner kind of looks like a fucking
His
army
name is
man.
Mo?
M-O-E, yeah.
Mo? M-O-E. Out on that. Anyway, so I will be watching Franz Wagner.
Yeah. And I think that's a fucking great team for you to watch because they're a lot of fun. And they're young. So, like, they're going to have this core for a while. Okay, we have the Miami Heat. I'm going to be so honest with you, Kass. I do not watch much Miami Heat basketball. But every year, this mid-ass team seems to find themselves in the play-in tournament and somehow end up making the playoffs. Last year, they were like the first 10th seed to make the playoffs, which was just so fucking diabolical to the sport, in my opinion. But I digress. Big names on this team are Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo.
He's from Wisconsin.
Yep, he's from Milwaukee.
Wisconsin.
And so I was going to say, you should recognize him.
I know who that is.
Both of whom I'm not really high on. I think Bam is kind of looked at as one of the best defensive centers in the league, and I think he gets outplayed a lot more than he makes, like, big defensive plays. Tyler Hero, he is a really good shooter, but his team is just never really good enough for it to mean something, and he kind of gets hurt a lot. So last year, the Heat traded their best player, Jimmy Butler, to the Golden State Warriors, and this offseason was not that special for them. They acquired another good shooter in Norman Powell, which, if you want to know something about me, I fucking hate Norman Powell because every time my team plays him, he somehow is getting 35 fucking points. Norman Powell has an enemy in me forever, but since he's on a kind of dog shit team, I don't really see him that much of a threat anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tyler Hero was a name I recognize. I also recognize Jimmy Butler, obviously.
Yep.
And the Bucks lost in the first round of the playoffs to the Heat a couple of years ago, correct?
Yes,
That's
exactly.
why I fucking know.
Yes. And that was like their fucking Cinderella story because they were an 8th seed that somehow went all the way to the fucking finals. Lost to Denver, though.
Yeah.
With how beat up the East is, it's kind of gauged to know how good I think this team is going to be in the long term. I mean, I think this season they'll end up being better than they actually are just because of that. Just know, though, that my money is not with the Miami Heat this year or ever, actually. So that's all I gotta fucking say about them.
I'm with you on that, girl.
Next, we have the Charlotte Hornets. Being so serious here, there is nothing fun about this team besides their game, like their play-by-play announcer, Eric Collins. Like, if you have free time, look up Eric Collins' best play calls. He's fucking hilarious. He's just a gem. So, like, he's the only fun part about the Charlotte Hornets. But moving on, this team is led by LaMelo Ball, who I think you may recognize.
No, I didn't. I looked him up, didn't recognize him.
Oh, okay. But
sexy, though.
Girl! Veneers.
I didn't see the veneers. There's only one picture of him smiling, though. One I'm looking at, he's mean mugging at me, and it's sexy.
Okay.
I'm just a girl.
What? You are just a girl, but when you look up that fucking tattoo spread, I think your mind's gonna change.
It was just the one picture. It was just the one picture.
Okay. I'm glad we got there.
Scary.
The Charlotte Hornets haven't really made any noise with him on the team since they drafted him first overall in 2020. He is a player who you and your dad would say would be made out of glass. I don't think he has played a full season since being in the league, and it's about to be his 5th year. 2 years ago, like a bright spot, they did draft Brandon Miller, and he is a forward. So essentially, he's like a skinnier center that can guard a lot more positions on the floor. I would say, like I said, he's been
explain what a center is?
So yeah, a center is your 5-man. So that's like your big guy on the floor. So that is on the Bucks. Well, is Miles Turner this year? Would have been Brooke Lopez.
But was Brooke Lopez?
Yep. Exactly.
God, I know some
And
things.
then
I know some things.
Nikola Jokic, big
Is
center.
he the one guarding up close to the net?
The rim,
Or no?
exactly. Yep. Yes. It's the center usually.
Guarding the
Typically,
rim.
yes. The rim. Yep. Rim protector. Some
The rim.
centers
The
these
rim
days you'll see.
protector.
Yeah. So this is
Sports are so sexual. Anyways.
I know, I know. Okay. Anyways, I'm blushing. um a f- a forward, which is what Brandon Miller is essentially. Like he is a skinnier center, which is a little bit more versatile. So he might do a lot more of like the blocking after him because he can move around quicker. Because like most centers are like
Got
big,
it.
burly, like 250-pound plus dudes. But with Brandon Miller, his season like unfortunately got cut short last year due to a wrist injury. But I think if the Hornets are going to make any noise this year, it's going to be because of him. My stocks on LaMelo Ball are the lowest they've ever been. I just really don't trust him to
Word.
stay healthy, and he's just kind of a freaking weirdo player in my opinion. So
He's reminding me of Trevor Lawrence. Low key. Because
exactly,
Trevor
girl,
Lawrence,
exactly.
I think this is his 5th year in the league and like
Mhm.
just not moving me. What have you done? What
Right,
have you
and
done ever?
like, I can't blame LaMelo Ball, like, that much because their fucking front office, like, isn't the greatest, and I'm not gonna lie to you, no player wants to go to Charlotte, like, I'm sorry, why would they wanna go to a
Uh,
fucking team that's so ass? But, like, you would hope that in the draft, they would, like, be picking up some pretty good players, but they did just get um Con Knuppel last year from Duke. So he could be a little bit of a bright spot for them this season. I just still think they're going to be the worst team in the East for sure this year, which is kind of saying something because the next team is the Washington Wizards. And last year they were the worst, but this is an ass team that I am much more excited for. In recent years, the
mm.
Washington Wizards have been like so diabolically bad, like never making the playoffs and always ending up with a top pick bad. However, what I do like about this team more than like say the Brooklyn Nets that we talked about last week is that their front office knows how to draft. This season, the
Love.
Wizards will have a very exciting young core in Alex Sarr, Trey Johnson, Bilal Coulibaly, and Bub Carrington. They also have significant veteran presence in CJ McCollum and hometown Milwaukee Bucks hero Chris Middleton. So I think
Oh, Chris, what are you doing
yes,
here?
I think this will be really important in developing these young guys' games and will give them an edge in the future. I am not going to say anything crazy like I think they're going to do anything in this upcoming season, but I don't think they're going to be the worst team in the league. Like
Mm,
being like this is my silliest take I would say for the NBA. I think they could make the play-in tournament. I'm not sure if that's like crazy or not, but I will die on that hill. So we'll fucking
okay,
see.
dying on a hill. I love
Right.
that.
That's kinda like my silliest pick, I would say, but the Washington Wizards, I think, will be fun. They have a lot of young, fun guys that are actually fucking good on the sport. But, okay, now, because the East is so fucking bad, I didn't even do any divisional drama for them. Like, give me a storyline or something over there, and maybe I would consider you, but they are not doing anything for
Yeah.
me. So we're gonna just jump in
No.
straight to the Western Conference teams, the Pacific Division. So this is where things get a little bit messy. So we have, starting with the LA Lakers, who their record last year was 50
Huh.
and 32. They finished with the 3rd seed. Then we have the
Mhm.
Los Angeles Clippers, who also finished 50 and 32, but they got the 5th seed. Then we have the Golden State Warriors, who finished 48 and 34, and they finished 7th. The Sacramento Kings, they finished with a 40 and 32 record and were the 9th seed. And the Phoenix Suns were 36 and 46, and they had the 11th seed. Now, it's just like crazy to me that you can have the Phoenix Suns, who are the 11th seed, and then you look at like, I don't know, the Miami Heat, who are the 10 seed, and the Suns like had one less of a win for them, but like the
Mm,
Phoenix Suns didn't even make the playoffs. Like, that's just how good the West is. So, like, I don't know. That's
mm.
what I like to look at sometimes. But let's start with the Los Angeles Lakers, led by LeBron James and Luka Doncic. LeBron is my GOAT. He is just one of those ones that I'm just like, what the fuck? How can you keep doing this? You're like 85 years old. But this team is one that I would consider to be blessed with devil magic, and not in the sense
Mm.
that they are winning recently or like a champion contender this season, more in a sense that they essentially got gifted Luka Doncic last season. Luka Doncic is a 26-year-old generational talent who is just entering his prime. And is coming into this season with a huge fucking grudge on his shoulder after getting traded by the Dallas Mavericks last season. Essentially, Kass, this blockbuster trade happened, and it sent Luka to the Lakers for Anthony Davis and some other mid players for only one first-round pick, okay? One, right? This trade was so fucking crazy that many people thought Shams, who would be the Adam Schefter equivalent, account got hacked. Like, people were like, no, this isn't fucking real. Like, this is going to go down as one of the 10 worst trades ever to happen across all sports.
Yeah, I don't even know that much about basketball, and, like, I, of course, knew about this immediately.
Like,
this was the trade heard around the world.
Literally. And, like, I don't know what the beef between Luka and Nico Collins was. That's the GM for the Mavericks. But, like, whatever, you trade him to the fucking Lakers, who all of a sudden now they get to go from, like, they have these fucking generational players always, right? I mean, you have back in the day, like, the Wilts, Chamberlain, and the Kareem, and then you have, like, Shaq and Kobe, and then you somehow get LeBron James, and now you get Luka Doncic. So, like, actually, fuck this team. I'm so irritated this trade actually just still makes me mad. So, whatever.
Aren't
we're going to move on
Lakers
from
women
that.
owned, though? Are the
One
Lakers
co-owner,
women owned?
Jeannie
Or
Buss.
did I just make that up?
Nope, Jeannie Buss is a co-owner of the Lakers. I'm not sure who the other one is. So yeah, like baddie.
Okay, slay.
Like,
so, okay,
for real.
baddie. She's a woman. Of course she can get that shit done. Like, if anyone's gonna get it done, it's the fucking
but like,
woman in
listen
charge.
to this, though, because I know that fucking Adam Silver, the commish of the league, called up the Dallas Mavericks and were like, if you trade Luka Doncic, there'll be something sweeter for you in store. And then somehow the Dallas Mavericks, who weren't even that fucking bad last season, somehow win the lottery and get the first round pick. So
what is with this fucking lottery thing, by the way? What is with this lottery thing?
I'm so against it. So essentially, the 4 like worst teams, or the 4 owners of the like picks going into the next year, instead of where I believe it should be like the worst team in the league should get the first overall pick, right? Instead, they go into a fucking lottery, and it's like quite literally drawing names out of a hat on who gets the first round pick.
Who are the names in the lottery?
Like last year, it was
like, is it every team?
No. So it's like the 4 worst teams. And sometimes, but like with trades that
the Mavericks were one of the 4 worst teams last year?
But the Mavericks, I believe, owned the pick, like got traded a pick from one of the bad teams, if that makes sense, in a trade.
I see.
So yeah. So fucking collusion went on, and I am still upset and yapping about it. But anyways.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Coming into this season, Luka is looking jacked and pissed. LeBron James is getting old, but I mean, he's still going to be like a threat, I guess. Last season, their biggest hole after they got Luka was their lack of center, because Anthony Davis was sent to the Mavericks. They acquired DeAndre Ayton in the offseason, but this guy to me just reeks of loser energy. He has played, I mean, when I watch him play against...
Hang on, pause. Luka is looking right.
Yeah,
Luka,
girl.
I just saw this picture. My God, he's looking jacked.
Yeah, girl. Like, he is coming into this season with a fucking edge. And you're telling me he's playing on the Los Angeles Lakers? Yeah. And he just tore up in EuroLeague. Like, I'm just so upset. To me, it's just giving that the rich just keep on getting richer, actually. Like, what the fuck
that
do
is
you
annoying.
Mean? So, yeah.
Sorry.
Luka is going to come in.
Not to interrupt you with that.
I would say if your hands gracefully get a first-round pick this year in our draft, Luka Doncic would be the guy I'd take.
Luka, okay. Word.
Yeah, just
like,
put
let's
that.
Hope I do. Let's hope I do.
He's looking good. But they acquired DeAndre Ayton in this offseason. Like I said, he kind of reeks of loser energy to me. He's just a guy that if he isn't interested in playing, he just kind of quits, ? Like, he's just mega goofy. I do think the Lakers will be a top 6 seed for sure, but I'm unsure if they're truly going to contend. I don't know. They're always a threat, though, so never count out the Lakers. The next LA team, we have the Clippers. So the best way I could describe this to you is that this is a in real life old head reunion. The Clippers are a team that have many Hall of Fame players, but they are now outside of their prime. So their roster consists of Kawhi Leonard, Chris Paul, James Harden, Bradley Beal, and the average age of this team is fucking old. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm not doing the math, but just trust me when I say it's fucking old. I fear this team will be an amazing regular season team and make the postseason, but the same thing that happens to this Clippers team will happen. They'll run out of gas by the end of the season and get beaten by a team that wants it more than them.
I have the answer for the average age.
Oh, what is it? Yeah, give it to me.
I looked it up. The average age for the 2025-26 Los Angeles Clippers starting five is 31.6 years old.
Yeah. Old.
Right.
Old. So I'm just not a James Harden believer. He's an amazing player, but we are advocates of history repeats itself. He chokes in the playoffs, and he hasn't changed my mind on that. So I'm just not sure these uncles can save them. I will say the biggest question mark this is some actual hot gossip, is what's going to happen with Kawhi Leonard. This offseason, it was exposed by journalist Pablo Torre that Kawhi Leonard and Clippers owner Steve Ballmer were essentially engaged in a money laundering scheme, basically so the Clippers could stay under their cap salary. And I didn't want to, essentially, I think what happened is Kawhi signed on to this company as an endorser or something that Steve Ballmer co-owned, but and he signed on for $28 million. And last season he took a pay cut. So essentially some fucking goopy shit was going on. It is being investigated by the NBA. I'm not sure if it's going to result in something crazy where he'll be off the team, but it wouldn't surprise me to kind of do a little bit of a PR cleanup if the Clippers are secretly shopping him around. Okay, so then our next team, we have the Golden State Warriors. This is another unction. So, for some reason, I do want to claim that the Warriors have the oldest starting five in the league. And actually, I am claiming this as truth. They're led by Steph Curry and Draymond Green. These are the only two left from that 2014 Dynasty team. Last season, they added Jimmy Butler, who gives them more of an edge, and they did recently sign Al Horford to play as their starting center.
They are older.
Yeah, give it to me.
The average age is 33.8 years old.
Yeah. So, I like these moves for Golden State if they happened 5 years ago. They don't really have a great bench either, and their starting five, as Kass said, are averaging 33 years old. I'm so sorry, Warriors fans, but they're gonna be huffing and puffing up and down.
Oh my God. Isn't Draymond Green the crazy one?
Yes.
The one who's fighting bitches?
He punched his own teammate in the face.
Oh my God.
Which then got that sedged teammate traded off. Mind you, that teammate won a ring with them in 2022. Yeah. So Draymond Green is fucking batshit insane. And it's funny because Draymond Green will say all this shit or get ejected and whatever, but Steph Curry is the one that has to low-key bail him out or cash in all his shit talking. So it's you would think this guy would learn. He never does. What I will give Warriors fans, though, is I'm never going to be one to count out Steph Curry in a playoff environment. He has consistently proved to us that he's the greatest shooter of all time. I am just unsure if these other dudes can contribute to his pace. So that is the Golden State Warriors. With the last two teams, we're starting off with the Sacramento Kings. The words I actually have for this team, Kass, are so minimal. I will dare to say that this is the worst managed team in the league. And that's a lot considering the Chicago Bulls are right there. This team to me is just fine with being mid every year and fighting for a play-in spot, which at some point you would think as a fan you would want your team, to get better. In 2023, the Kings had one of the best stories in basketball. They made the playoffs after the longest postseason drought in the league, 16 years, with brand new coach Mike Brown at the helm. They followed that season in 2024 with a record of over 500, but in a consecutive 5-game losing streak, the Kings fired Mike Brown and then later traded away their franchise player, De'Aaron Fox. And looking at the Kings today, their roster is just a whole ass mess. The front office, like I said, doesn't seem to care about winning when faced with adversity and chooses to punish the players and coaches rather than looking internally and being okay, maybe our roster kind of sucks. So
yeah, what decisions are we making that are improving the team?
Exactly.
None.
Right. Crazy. And so today the Kings are led by Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. And Domantas Sabonis. I mean, Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan both formerly played on the Bulls together. To me, like, you would notice that they didn't do anything productive together. The Kings were like, yeah, that's fine. We're going to bring them here. So anyways, expect them to be mid. Like, I am not a Kings truther. I think that their Cinderella story was fun. It just sucks for the fans that have to fucking deal with this season to season.
Yeah, not enchanted, and I hate rich people that make stupid decisions, and that's why I
Dead
hate Jerry
ass.
Jones.
Like,
Anyways.
right. Yep, exactly. And then the last team is the Phoenix Suns. Now, going into the season, I am not really sure what to expect from the Suns. Last year, they were severely plagued by the injury bugs, and their star players of Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant did not play many games together. This season, I do think Phoenix is taking more of a rebuilding approach with keeping Devin Booker as the star guy. They traded away Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal and acquired some different pieces that will make Devin Booker the primary scorer of that team again. I think when they did have Kevin Durant is just such a generational talent that you would expect him to be shooting and scoring the ball more. So his role, like, you definitely saw it like kind of shrink a little bit. I do think that many people expect this team to be bad, especially after losing Kevin Durant. But I think this team's going to be better than what people think. Devin Booker is getting back to his old self, where he's going to be playing a lot of that like mid-range game that he's so good at, meaning like he's always dribbling the ball in the court and like making anything inside the arc. So I think he'll propel this team to higher levels. My hot take is Phoenix will be a top 6 seed in the West, and that is saying a lot with how good the West is. So
Damn.
I know.
Wow. That is saying a lot.
Some silly picks that I have.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, never count on a young team. I can appreciate that.
So for the divisional dram, the beef that I'm going to be highlighting is between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. The Curry versus LeBron lore continues in the big 2025, y'all. And Kass, these players to me are giving enemies to lovers. Like, ladies, don't be surprised if we find out they've kissed before.
Love and enemies to lovers.
Like, basically,
that's
LeBron
my favorite
and Steph,
trope.
Right? Like, these two have been competing against each other since the Golden State Dynasty days, but as Golden State kind of fell off in recent years and LeBron moved out west, they now are mainly meeting in the playoffs and delivering some of the craziest series between two old dudes. I think LeBron kind of finally feels like he got his lick back after beating Steph and Golden State in the play-in tournament 3 years ago, as well in the playoffs 2 years ago. But like, if he would have truly got his lick back, he would have like won the whole damn thing. But whatever.
Right.
But essentially, both these guys like love competing against each other, and I wouldn't say they hate each other, but when they do play against one another, you can most certainly see that they want to win bad, because it's always the talk now is like, who's better, Steph or LeBron? And
God, they want to kiss so bad. You just know they want to kiss.
I know. It's just like honestly, I need to get on AO3 right fucking now and like look up some LeBron Steph fanfic, because I know it's out there. Hey, Billy girl. But I would say, oh, she's so cute. I would say stay tuned this season for those games. They're always cinematic. They never disappoint. And, you know, these two old ass men continue putting up generational numbers against each other, even though they're fucking pushing 40. That is what I have for divisional drama this week.
Wow. That was a good week. Yeah. I got to look up some hot men.
Yes,
I got to hear about
you did.
an enemies to lovers plot line, which is just not really made it for me. That was beautiful. I'm so excited for next week when I get to hear about my Bucks.
Yeah.
And shit talk the Pacers.
Dating.
And hopefully find my secondary team.
I think you will.
That I can watch and be a fan of in the West.
Yes.
I'm excited. Okay, y'all, that is it for the episode this week. Next week, we will recap our favorite games from week 6 and give our weekly Secret Garden update. Not looking forward to that. We'll see if Kass wins a game. We will also pick who we believe will be the winners of the week 7 NFL slate and give any updates on divas who may have fallen from grace. Hashtag diva down, hashtag diva up. Yep. Lastly, we will be continuing our divisional dram segment with the last 2 divisions in the NBA, and we'll be sure to get back to you guys at some point with the results of our NBA fantasy draft. New episodes drop every Wednesday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And don't forget to give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok at The Sisterly Shove. Talk to y'all next week.
Oh my God, she's so cute. Oh my God. Oh, she's loving it.
She's pulling. Ah.